So welcome back to She's Worthy Ministries. I hope everyone is doing well. I have a single mother series video for you today entitled Patience. Now I know as a single mom, patience is one of the qualities of parenting that I've really had to struggle with. I'm much better at it now, but years ago, especially when my kids were much younger, it's very difficult to be patient when you have a lot of things going on in your life. And the younger your kids are, is the more demanding they are. And so I remember a lot of times blowing up and feeling like I was out of control because I just wasn't exhibiting patience. And that also spilled over to other areas of my life too, not just parenting, but even just being in the mall or being in the grocery store and somebody being in the line ahead of me and taking forever to do what they were doing was something that can make me feel completely impatient and out of control. And so I had to work very hard to get to a place where I was understanding the importance of patience and, realizing that love is patient, love is kind, patience is also fruit of the Spirit, and to do what I needed to do to get to that place. And so I just wanted to talk to you about the things that I did that helped me to maintain that patience. And again, I'm going to say that everything that I talk about on these single mother videos, I haven't mastered anything. I'm just telling you guys what I did and continue to do that helps me to renew myself continuously. And so the first thing that I did was I started praying for patience, like asking the Holy Spirit to help me to be more patient in specific situations, patient with my children, patient at work, patient in public, patient with stupid people. We all know stupid people. And so the funny thing is that when you pray and you ask God for patience, do you know what he does? He doesn't just hand you patience. He gives you situations that will make you feel impatient so that you can learn how to hone that skill. And so just know that once you start to pray for patience, there will be situations that will tempt you to be impatient, that will tempt you to be harsh, that will tempt you to get angry out of impatience. And so just by recognizing that those situations will pop up, you will know how to deal with them in such a way where you'll say to yourself, okay, yeah, I know this situation is happening because I prayed for patience. So how do I calm myself down? Even the thought of thinking that this situation is happening because you prayed for patience enables you to take that important pause that you need to take. The other thing that helped me too is trying to remember. It's kind of like when you pray for something and you get upset because your prayers aren't being answered, but then you think about all the other prayers God has answered, and it makes you feel like, oh, okay, so I need to kind of relax in this area because he's answered my prayers before, and so for sure he'll answer my prayer again. So it's the same thing. You have to meditate on all of the other times in your life that God has displayed patience towards you. There have been plenty of situations, I'm sure, where you know that you've been called by God to do certain things and you just haven't been doing those things. But yet and still, God is still being merciful towards you. He's still being graceful towards you. And that's because he's exhibiting patience and giving you time to do the things that he's called you to do. Also in Proverbs has quite a few verses and areas about how it's foolish to be angry and how to have the wisdom to maintain self-control in the area of impatience. So Proverbs also really helped me as I was reading through on the various verses in Proverbs that talk about patience and anger. And then very specifically, like I would drill down to things that I know would make me impatient. So, for example, I named a couple of them in the beginning of the video. So, sometimes the kids fighting would make me feel impatient. Other times, if I was, like I said, if I was in the grocery store and there was somebody that was doing something in the line ahead of me and it was getting on my nerves. So, I would take the situations that I knew were especially provoking to me, or that would provoke my impatience, and I would ask God to give me specific solutions to those situations. So, for example, I'm in the grocery store, and I know that being in the grocery store makes me feel impatient. When I pray and I ask God to give me specific solutions, one solution God said to me was, well, you have to remember that you too have times where you may be in the line at the grocery store and something comes up and you delay the person behind you. Is the person behind you giving attitude or getting upset at you? So extend the same grace and mercy others extend to you to them. Another situation is maybe the kids are fighting and I'm getting impatient because I've already spoken to them about a particular thing. Well, God said, well, a lot of times we expect children to be mini adults when they're children. So take a breath and recognize that as a parent, you have to repeat the same messages over and over again. And even though you're getting impatient now and you're repeating this message now, you're probably going to have to repeat it again. And so when I would pray to God and He would give me these solutions, I would apply the solutions in those particular situations, and I noticed that it greatly reduced the amount of impatience I was exhibiting in those particular situations. So, that's it. If you have any tips that has helped you to stay more patient, please let us know, because we're a community here, and in order for us to change, sometimes we have to lean on each other. So remember, God calls you so worthy.